Hello, it's Melinda from Scrapbookingncraft. Just coming on with another video playing with my new foam stamps that were released in July. This time I'm playing with a different paint. I found different paints react differently on the gel plate and with the foam stamps. The last paint I used was Semco, and I'll link that video below, and it was reacting with the jelly plate in a funny way. It was very beady and beady. So this is some paint I got from Lincraft a couple of years ago, and I think it's Appleberry. It's a paint that our fellow Americans are very familiar with. So just applying the paint with to the gel plate with a roller and getting much better results. So have a play. If you purchase our foam stamps and don't get a great result the first time, try a different brand of paint. All paints aren't created equal, and they are different. So you can use the foam stamps on the gel plate like I'm using at the moment, or if you don't have a gel plate, you can use it to apply paint. You can just add the paint on top of the foam stamp like you do a normal regular stamp with a sponge. You're not wanting to goop up the holes, which is not the idea. I like the gel plate because you're playing with a very thin layer of paint. You could also use a brayer to roll out a thin layer of paint on another non-porous surface. So just making some leaves. I love to cut out the leaves and use them as feathers, as leaves, so getting a much better second or print off the gel plate because the paint is behaving a bit better, this paint. Some days I like that print, that's beautiful. Some days I use a paint that works perfectly, the next day I can pull the exact same paint out, exact same foam stamps, and it just gives me grief all day. It might be the weather, I don't know, or how I hold my tongue, is that what we say? So just rolling my brayer off on a scrap piece of paper. I like doing that because that obviously gets rid of the paint, and you can use it in your projects as well. So using our beautiful Doily stamp here. Making a design into the gel plate is really good as well, because then you're sort of making a decorative paper on one side and then you're making the print on the other side. So you're getting a 2-for-1 really. Sometimes a 3-for-1. Your third one can sometimes be a bit patchy depending on how much paint you started with. I'm printing on just regular typing paper or printing paper. Because I use majority of my gel prints in a collage setting, I like the thinner paper to collage them on. You can certainly use cardstock if you're wanting them as a card base. You can use book text. You can basically use any paper that's not shiny on the gel press plate. So you don't want to use a shiny magazine with a print on it because it can sometimes transfer to the gel plate. I found book text doesn't transfer. So these are our two different size leaves, just having a go at making some designs. You can be very purposeful where you're putting your stamps, or you can just go for the random look. The random look's kind of cool. I sort of start with that and then I fill in any of the gaps in case I want to use this whole piece as a background page, or more than likely I'll go and cut out the individual pieces. So staying within the same couple of colours, so I'm doing like an aqua and then a dark blue, you don't need to necessarily wash your gel press plate or your stamps in between. That's beautiful, that print. You can use the colours one after the other, and it doesn't matter if a little bit of the colours get mucked together, which sometimes works out really nice. So going straight into the dark blue again, and I haven't washed anything from the aqua. So again, if I use the aqua, then it doesn't matter if a little bit of the dark blue gets into it as well. So this is our second leaf design. The other one's a bit more of an abstract leaf. This one's abstract as well, but it has the veins of the leaf. So just putting that all over the page. And then I take a print of that one as well. I get a bit fancy at the end of the video and do some designs, but I do like those prints. I will pull out these prints again and make some cards. I think would look really, really nice with these prints as an upcoming video in August or September. You can mix up the stamps as well. I'm primarily using one stamp per application, but you can certainly mix up all the stamps, or you can mix up a few stamps on the same project, which looks really nice. So all the stamps can be found on our website, and our website is linked below. It's also the same as our channel name. So you can go there and have a look at the stamps and grab the ones you'd like. So this time I decided to get a bit fancy. You can get fancy like this and do multiple stamps on the page as long as your paint doesn't dry too quickly. I found sometimes in a hot, humid climate, or if you've got really heavy lights above your work surface, which sometimes I do, the paint can dry out, but I was being fairly quick on this occasion. I've only sped this video up 2 times, so it's not that quick. You can see where you're stamping in the gel plate, which is really handy, and you can see where you're stamping on the paper. So you can see there I've got sort of the direct application of the leaves around the doily shape, which looks beautiful. That might be the centre of a card coming up, I think. So thank you for watching our second demo with our foam stamps. I'd love to see what you've been doing with your foam stamps. Certainly tag us or message us with links to your videos if you put them up on YouTube. We are looking for some design team members later on in the year, so wait for that announcement. That'll be very exciting. And I'll chat to you all again soon. That is beautiful. One of my favourite prints, that one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.